Around 2022, a YouTube channel named Spectre started a FNAF VHS series, with the series currently having 4 videos so far. These VHS tapes, however, aren't your usual FNAF VHS tapes. They are incredibly detailed, long, and have terrifying and stress-inducing moments, along with the most recent VHS tape being quite surprising. I'm gonna go over these videos in chronological order, rather than the order the videos were released, so that the story won't get confusing. So without further ado, let's dive into Spectre's FNAF VHS series.
Alright, got a bit of an unusual call today, but a job's still a job, I guess.
The tape starts off with a paranormal investigator stating that he was hired to check a recently closed child restaurant for paranormal activity. The paranormal activity has caused issues around the area and could lead to its potential shutdown. The information given to the investigator is what we would expect: moving animatronics, objects disappearing, people seeing children after hours in the building and hearing strange voices. He grabs his equipment and goes inside the building, but the moment he does, we instantly see an issue.
The EMF reader out, and let's see. Well, okay. So I was told that all of their animatronic characters should be on stage and shut down, and there seems to be one missing.
Freddy is missing from the stage, which the investigator quickly acknowledges. The investigator then uses his EMF to track down strong paranormal activity.
A substantial Oh, here we go.
And when he finds it, he sets up a spirit box in that location to communicate with any spirits in the pizzeria.
My name is Sean. Can you say my name back to me?
Sean.
Whoa, here we go. So now that I know that I'm speaking to someone, can you tell me your name? Susie.
He keeps talking to the spirit and eventually finds out he is talking to someone named Susie, an 8-year-old child's spirit.
Do you remember how you died? If you're uncomfortable telling me... Murder? Who murdered you? Bunny? You were murdered by a bunny? Susie, was this a person dressed like a bunny?
Yes.
Holy sh**.
After asking around some more, Susie tells him that she was murdered by a man in a bunny costume, which the investigator quickly is shocked by and figures that there was a murder inside the place. As he tries to ask Susie more questions, he realizes that the EMF has lost signal, meaning the spirit moved somewhere else. As the investigator looks around, a chair moves.
I don't know if the camera caught that, but I think I just heard a chair move. Look, right there. That's at least where the sound came from. It's right next to my flashlight, too. Did someone just pull this chair out? Are you sitting down right here? Off.
The spirit asking him to turn something off. The investigator assumes it's the flashlight, so he turns it off, but the spirit keeps asking to turn something off. Then he assumes it's the spirit box and turns it off, attempting to communicate with the spirit without it.
Can you tell me where you are right now? The f*** is that noise? What the f*** is that? Hello?
He goes to investigate, assuming it's one of the ghosts of the children, until...
What the f***? Look at that. Now it's locked. Is the other one locked? Yeah, the other one's locked too.
The investigator goes back to the dining room to check the footage, realizing that there is probably more than one spirit in the building.
If not, then I'm probably gonna call it quits for tonight. Holy sh**. Hello? That's gotta be one of the children.
The investigator grabs his equipment to check it out, where at the end of the hall to the room on the left, Freddy is there. He sets up something called an ovulus, which I guess is a more advanced version of a spirit box.
Alright, Is there anyone in the room with me right now? I just want to know if someone else is in here with me. What's your name?
Gabriel.
Gabriel. Alright.
The investigator quickly discovers that this new spirit, Gabriel, is trapped inside Freddy. He asks how he died, just like Susie. After asking a bit more, Gabriel reveals that his murderer wore something purple, which the investigator mentions that the employees of the building wore purple uniforms. After asking a few more questions, this happens.
Gabriel, are you still there?
Get out.
Get out? Why? Why do you want me to leave, Gabriel?
Get out. Get out.
Have I said something to upset you?
Get out.
What the f***? Why did this just go out? What the f***? Whoa, 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 what the f***? Holy shit!
The investigator quickly runs away and smashes open a window to get out. As it looks like he successfully escaped, a shotgun blast can be heard, and an unknown man walks over and picks up his camera, ending the tape. Now obviously this is the lore that we're used to in FNAF, but what I'm interested in is the man at the end of the video, most likely William Afton, and he seems to have a bigger role in this series. William knew that the investigator knew way too much info about the killings that happened, and shot the investigator to make sure that he didn't tell the police. Not only that, but this is credits to one of the comments in the videos. I cannot find the comment, but one of the comments mentioned that Freddy could have been telling the investigator to get out, not as a threat, but as a warning that William Afton was in the area.
Alright, so I've managed to finally roll this thing in here, so I guess let's go ahead and get started now.
The tape starts off with a maintenance worker trying to fix up Bonnie, saying that the animatronic has been acting up lately, while also revealing that he's there to salvage some parts from Bonnie because a new location will open up, and that he needs to give the salvaged parts away so that the new animatronics in the new location can be built smoothly. The worker starts off with a simple animatronic movement test, starting off with Bonnie's head. Everything seems normal until something strange happens.
Okay, well then. Looks like the neck and jaw joints are functioning normally, so I'm gonna put this camera down real quick so I can. Huh. That's strange.
Of course, he just assumes this is a malfunction and goes to reboot and fix up Bonnie for testing again. The worker tries to test the ears, however they don't move or work. He then tries the arms, which seem to work just fine, until he tests Bonnie's right arm.
Jesus Christ!
He goes to check the arm out, not being surprised from how broken it is, and saying that only the left arm is worth salvaging.
I guess it's better than nothing. Damn, this thing stinks.
That comment right there is more darker than you think if you know FNAF lore. The worker successfully removes Bonnie's left arm, and as most of you have already noticed, this looks to be on how withered Bonnie came to be. More testing goes on, the hips and legs. The hips are a bit janky, but the legs work just fine. We also get a bit more info on the newer animatronics and location, until...
Will be made from a plastic mold. This means we will need to salvage as many pieces of the fabric layer as possible, the most important of which are the hard-to-replicate features such as the head, face, hands... Oh, Jesus! Why is... Oh, right. Forgot to turn the computer off.
The worker brushes it off, even when Bonnie is looking at him when he wasn't even in that position when the computer was turned off. After successfully managing to remove and salvage a couple of parts, like Bonnie's eyes, foot, he says that the head plate is giving him a hard time. However, with a bit of force and trial and error, he successfully removes it. The final task for the maintenance worker is an odor report, which the worker is a bit weirded out by, but decides to go along with it. However, this is where things hit the fan.
These odors have been described as rotten. Yep, decomposed, like something died inside it. We suspect that perhaps a rodent or animal had accidentally found its way into the animatronic and became trapped within its chest. Press down both of the shoulders to remove the torso of the animatronic. Oh, what the? Damn it, not again. Huh, I guess the power went out. Yeah, I might have tripped a breaker or something with all that computer commotion. Alright, let's go turn the power back on and hopefully finish up. What the? Hey! Let me out, guys! This isn't funny! Guess let me finish up real quick with the dart. Where'd it go? Oh, really? Right now? Come on, come on! Oh, what? What the fuck? Why is it? Oh, God. What the f? What? Jesus Christ, what was that?
Alright, is this thing on? Recording. Okay. So, boss wanted me to come in a bit later than usual to do some after-hour salvaging on the older animatronics.
The tape starts off with another employee of Freddy Fazbear's going inside an employee's only room to attempt to salvage an animatronic, planning on doing some audio prompt testing to it.
Place. Sure they're nearby. Maybe. Where are the lights right now? Oh, Jesus!
The employee enters the dark room and sees Withered Chica standing there. He is creeped out obviously, but goes to sit down and plays the tape on the desk, starting off with the audio prompts. During the audio prompt, Chica's left hand moves and raises up, which the employee quickly marks down. The second audio prompt goes the same, with Chica's right arm raising up this time. As the employee gets to the third one, it seems nothing happens. However, Chica's eyes look directly at him.
Audio prompt in 3, 2.
Okay, well, I guess that counts.
Which the employee notices.
I guess that counts, so, but, you know what, alright, I'm just marking it some sure for now. Alright, so the eyes move and then, holy gee! What the f?
After the close call, the employee keeps doing the remaining audio prompts, which although the animatronic does make some strange mechanical noises, it doesn't move at all, until the final audio prompt.
Begin audio prompt in 3, 2, 1.
Whoa, hold on a second. What the f? Whoa, what the f?
It's so bad I can't breathe.
What the f is that? What the f? What the f was that? Oh, fuck this job. Oh, this fucking job. Okay, we can do this. Come on. Oh no. Oh no. No. Where the Where the f did it go? What the f is that? What the? No. Oh no.
Alright, that's them.
Hello, gentlemen. I'm Special Agent Edwards of the FBI, and this is my partner, Agent Wallace.
Glad to meet you two. I'm Detective William Bradley. I'm in charge of this investigation, and this is the Police Sergeant David Miller. Please, take a seat.
The tape starts off with two special agents going inside an interrogation room, where the people in charge of the investigation are. The investigation being a serial murder, talking about events we already know of. Sean Roberts, the paranormal investigator that went missing, where people nearby reported a loud gunshot, and where police found traces of blood. Matthew Walker, the mechanic that was salvaging Bonnie and went missing, where police couldn't find any tangible evidence. The only evidence being Matthew salvaging Bonnie on some camera footage before the power shut off. Then Jacob Carter, the new hire that went missing on his first shift. However, when police tried to view the camera footage, the company said that it mysteriously went missing when they were looking for it. We also get information that Fazbear's Entertainment has been getting a lot of lawsuits from the families of the missing workers and children, leading the company to the brink of bankruptcy. They also bring up a potential suspect, who confessed to being the one responsible for the murders and the disappearances. However, the detective says that his responses weren't genuine and like he was lying, as if he was covering for someone else, making them speculate that there is more to this case than it appears.
Now, is there anything else you haven't shown us yet that proves these claims more broadly?
There is one thing, and it's another major reason we brought you guys in. One of our officers managed to record the whole ordeal that happened last night. However, there are definitely parts of this tape that we cannot show to the public. At least not yet.
All right, Death. Show us what you got.
Is that camera rolling?
The tape starts off. We are watching dashcam footage of two police officers driving down a road, looking for someone.
Oh sh**, is that them?
Might be. It looks like it fits the bill.
Why the hell are they driving so slow?
I don't know. They're probably trying to decide what to do. Let's go ahead and photo it in now before they try something. 3 Echo 10 to dispatch, over.
After reporting the vehicle to dispatch, they pull the driver over. One of the police officers step out of the car and go up to the driver, telling the driver they pulled him over because the vehicle was reported stolen by a rental service. Everything seems to be going smoothly so far. We even get a description of the driver.
Ready for the details?
License number is going to be 126-26679. That's 126-26679. First name Oscar, last name Master. M-A-S-T-E-R. He's a 34-year-old white male with short brownish black hair. Over.
I'm not coming up with anything. Can I get a 10-9 on the number?
126-26679.
I got no one listed under that name. Is it expired?
Negative, dispatch. License says it'll expire in 92.
Roger. It might be a false ID. Description sounds familiar, so they might be the guys the other unit saw.
The cops now know that the driver gave them a fake ID and go to arrest both suspects. However,
Hey, where the hell is your friend?
Daryl?
3 Echo 10, officer down, shots fired! Don't move! Show me your hands, now! Drop what's in your hands and step out of the truck! You deaf mother... I said...
the two suspects take off running, with Withered Foxy right behind them, as if following some commands from them. But surprisingly, the police officer that was attacked by Foxy has survived, getting up and coughing from the attack. He tries to call dispatch, but his radio has been broken. He goes to check up on his partner, which is very apparent that he has been taken out. Not only that, his partner's radio is also busted up. The police officer goes back in the car, knowing that the suspects are up to something nearby because they didn't take off in the truck. He picks up the camera in the car and goes after the suspects, walking towards the direction they were going. As he walks, he eventually stumbles upon an abandoned mall, where he goes inside to investigate. He walks around and eventually spots a light, being surprised that the building somehow still has power despite being abandoned. But it's also a small hope, because the officer figures that if he can find a phone in some office of the mall, it could probably still work and he could alert backup. He then goes up the escalator, where we hear the two suspects.
Wait.
long until the rest show up?
From where we are, it'll take him at least 5 to 10 minutes, but they don't even know we're here, so we've got time.
What if they check here first?
Will you quit your and hand me the pliers?
I see. They're scrappers.
The officer goes closer to eavesdrop, but gets caught.
I heard that! Who's there? Hey! Who's that?
Oh, f*** it. MCPD! Hands up! Now!
How the f***? It's just him! Come on, let's go! Now! Hurry up!
As the gunfight is over and the suspects run away, the officer picks up the camera and tries to go after them. However, withered Foxy is there.
What the hell?
Holy s***!
He manages to outrun the animatronic, however, it is too persistent, so the officer decides to hide in a dark room, which, although a close call, works just fine and Wither Foxy leaves. After more exploring, the officer successfully finds an office, which he breaks into and calls for backup.
Both me and my partner's radios are busted! What do you want me to do? Thank God this phone still works, otherwise I'd have no way to reach you guys! I think I heard something.
Just give me some backup, damn it!
Chris!
What?
He's still alive! He got to one of the phones!
Alright, we've only got 3 more spots after this, we better hit those quick. Where's your robot?
I don't know, try to call it back!
With what the suspect said, it confirms that they do have control over the animatronic.
There he is!
Oh,
How you like that, you coward?
He eventually gets spotted by the suspects and gets shot in the leg while trying to run away. Foxy is sent after him again. He tries to run away and shoot at it, which fails. However, he manages to tase the animatronic when he gets knocked down by it, and luckily, helicopters and police sirens can be heard. Backup has arrived.
Freeze! Hands up!
Blue! Blue! Don't shoot! I'm with you guys!
Identify yourself!
Officer Mitchell Clyde, MCPD!
Wait, Clyde?
Yeah! Yeah, Sarge, it's me!
Holy sh**. Stand down! He's with us!
The officer explains to the sergeant everything that happened, and Clyde, like the bravest guy I have ever seen in any damn horror media, decides to join the other officers into looking for the suspects again with a shot thigh. Clyde and 2 other officers spot one of the suspects and get into another gunfight.
Alpha 1, how copy?
We're pinned down! The assistant's on the 2nd floor!
He's down! Threat neutralized.
All units, suspect down. Repeat, suspect eliminated. Whoever took the shot, get hit. It was a clean kill.
After a bit, they eventually find the other suspect being trapped in a room, which they quickly go to arrest.
What's your name? Identify yourself.
Henry. Henry Emily.
One of the suspects was Henry. Alright, first of all, my thoughts on the series. This series is very high quality and really well thought out. I love how it does the classic, you know, FNAF VHS tape stuff, but it actually gives the, you know, cameraman, the protagonist of the videos, much more personality and makes them just generally more interesting rather than them being the usual silent protagonist. I also like that this is a similar story to the FNAF story we're used to, just with a couple of changes, like Henry playing a bigger part in this, or potentially William Afton. We don't know who this is yet, but maybe William Afton is still alive, rather than being trapped in a back room inside, you know, Springtrap. The most recent tape, it is weird that, you know, out of nowhere it goes from horror to kind of like an action thriller, I guess. It's not a problem, it's just that it's a weird switch up from the, you know, horror we're used to in the first 3 videos to the out of nowhere badass cop action we get to see in the latest video. And as for theories, well, I do have some, but they might not stick. In the latest video, Henry and this other unknown character, Chris, that are scrapping some parts in the abandoned mall, they could be getting supplies to maybe fix up or add something to the animatronics, maybe make an entirely new animatronic. Why? Well, maybe to stop William Afton if he's still alive, or for maybe an entirely, completely different mysterious reason. Of course, William Afton could be dead in this series, and maybe the person we saw in the first tape, the mysterious man who shot the paranormal investigator and picked up the camera, could be Henry himself. After all, it was shown that he didn't have a problem with shooting at a couple of cops for getting involved with him and Chris's business. So that means he wouldn't obviously have a problem with shooting a paranormal investigator for getting too close to the truth of the missing children's case. Also, I would like to point out that more FNAF tapes will be coming out from Spectre. Even if the latest tape has been created like 2 years ago, a recent community post shows that an upcoming FNAF VHS tape is coming soon. So yeah, I am excited to see how this goes. Anyways, that was Spectre's FNAF VHS series. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I guess that's it, everybody. See ya!